Okay, so we have looked at router 1, we have looked at router 2, we found some addressing network declaration problems on router 1 and a missing router ID. We found a missing router ID on router 2, but no network declaration problems. Now we need to move on to router 3, because while PCA and PCB can ping each other, A and B can ping each other. C cannot. Um, and more to the point, router 1 and router 2 should both have a neighbor adjacency with router 3, and neither of them does. So something is very clearly wrong on router 3. So let's go figure out what that something is. It is probably not a missing router ID, though if we find one, we'll fix it. It could be an addressing problem, though I think I have fixed those because basic layer 3 connectivity works. I can each PC can ping its gateway, and I can ping around the loop um, along the internetworks. So I'm reasonably certain that all of my layer 3 connectivity is correct. Now, if I somehow find a problem, say, for example, I look at the configuration, I realize that both ends are wrong in a way that still leaves them functional, okay, I'll deal with that. But it's unlikely to be the case at this point. So we are moving on to, go down, okay. So OSPF v2, I think we've looked at the problems on router 3. We've had to, okay, yeah. So we set the interface passive, and then router 3. Verify that all interfaces are assigned to OSPF v2 on router 3. So that's a real good question. What does the routing, what if I do show IP protocols on router 3, what will I find? Because as you can see, it has no neighbor adjacencies. It's not talking to anyone about anything. Okay. It is routing for network 3 with a /30 gig 00 is passive. Okay, gig 00 being passive, that's a good thing. Routing for the 30/24 network, that's good. It will advertise the 30/24 network. But who's it going to talk to? There's let's look at the addressing table again for just a second. Okay, so this router is in the 13/0/30 network, and in the 23/0/30 network. Neither of those is represented here. So that's probably my problem, and then that's what I'm going to fix now. So config T router OSPF1 network 192.168. Actually, no, let me fix the router ID first. Router ID 3.3.3.3. Now, let's see. So do clear IP OSPF process. Yes. Now, this isn't going to have much of an effect on anything else because these internetworks aren't advertised. In the strictest sense, from the perspective of router 3, this network here and this network here are not part of area 0. From the perspective of router 3, at this moment, only this down here, this interface and this PC, and specifically more to the point, only this interface on router 3 is part of area 0. That's where the discontinuity comes from. So, network 192.168.13.0 and 0.0.0.3 area 0. Boom. I'm going to do the same thing with the 23 network. And if I give this a little time, now this could take 10 or 15 seconds, and I'm actually going to let, there we go. It's got neighbor adjacencies with 1 and 2, both at the same time. Now, let's see what the routing table looks like. Let's show IP route. So, okay, I see 1, 0, 2, 0, and 3, 0. Good. I see the multiple routes into the 12 network, which is exactly what I would expect to see. Remember, the 12 network is over here. So what router 3 knows about is a path into the 12.0/30 network through router 2 and another one through router 1. So completely all right. Now, the last thing to do, because I know that router 1 and PCA and PCB can ping each other. Let's see if PCC can ping either of the others. Okay, PCC is now pinging 1.3. Let's ping 2.3. Okay, good. Now, we can repeat these tests. Even if you've tested it before, when you make a change like this, test it again. This is what we call regression testing. Test everything so you know that, do not assume that a previous past test will go on passing when you make other major changes to your system configuration. You have to reconfirm those valid results. And 3. Okay, so good. So PCC can now ping 1 and 2. PCA can now ping, PCB can now ping 1 and 3. Now we're going to finally ping here. So 2.3 works. That's great. What about 3.3? And it works. So, let's see. Okay, I've got a BR and a DR and a BDR. Good. I'm doing. Okay. I've got. I'm just trying to confirm full neighbor adjacency everywhere. Oh, and I guess it would help if I spelled OSPF correctly. Okay, and I do. I have the right addresses. I have their neighbor relationships. The routing table is right. So I'm going to declare victory with OSPF v2 single area. So I'm going to stop this video. The next section of the videos, I will do OSPF v3. Again, I'm going to start with router 1, then build from there. It makes no sense to just try to shotgun this. You should always, always, always avoid shotgun debugging. Never fix things just because they might need fixing, unless because it might need fixing also qualifies as reasonable preventative maintenance. So there's that. Thanks for watching, and I'll be right back.